Forsyth County 911.
Hi, yes. I need an ambulance and a police to my home. Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
We had people over last night. We were drinking. Most of us went to bed. One of them stayed on the balcony. She was drinking, and we just went outside, and she's laying face down in the backyard.
Hey everybody, it's Blobby here. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be going through a case that I've heard about a lot, but I've never really seen anything in depth about it. And that is the suspicious death of Tamla Horsford. Tamla Horsford was a 40-year-old mother of 5 who was discovered dead in the backyard of a Cumming, Georgia home, where she had been attending a slumber party with some other football moms the night before. Initially, the death had been ruled an accident, stating that the multiple blunt force injuries were related to Horsford likely falling from the balcony due to acute alcohol intoxication. But a second autopsy requested by her family had revealed that there were further abrasions to her body. The family's attorney had also stated the lack of evidence, types of injuries discovered, and mismatched witness accounts had strongly suggested a homicide. But on February 20th of 2019, Major Joe Perkins of the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office announced the case would be closed and there was no evidence of foul play. The case didn't receive public recognition until 2 months after her death, when one of the witnesses was fired from his county court officer job for internally accessing the incident report. Soon after, the case, along with the hashtag Tamla Horsford, quickly spread around the internet, along with suspicion of foul play. In 2020, the nationwide protests against racism and police brutality had renewed public interest in the case. Under the pressure of celebrities such as T.I. and 50 Cent, the Forsyth County Sheriff had requested the case be reopened and investigated by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, or the GBI. Let's get into the details on how she died. Horsford had arrived at the slumber party at 10 p.m. on November 3rd of 2018. The attendees of the party drank, watched football, and played Cards Against Humanity. There were also 3 men at the home along with the mothers. The guests in the home went to sleep around 1:30, but Tamla stayed up. Fuller, one of the other moms at the sleepover, was the last known person who had seen Tamla alive. She said that she had seen and spoken briefly with Tamla, who was eating a bowl of gumbo in the kitchen around 1:45, and Tamla had said that she had planned on smoking a cigarette and heading to bed. Fuller's husband, who had picked her up, said that she had left the house around 1:47. Over the next 10 minutes, between 1:47 a.m. and 1:57 a.m., the home security system had registered the back door opening, closing, and then opening again for the last time at 1:57. It's also recorded that the garage door opened and closed, and opened again at 1:30 and 1:40 a.m., but it was never explained why. The next morning, at 7:30, the homeowner's aunt had found Horsford lying face down and motionless under the porch. At 8:59 a.m., Jose Barrera, the homeowner's boyfriend, had called 911 and described Horsford as lying face down and not breathing. He also had brought attention to a small cut on her wrist, suggesting that it might be self-inflicted. A woman's voice can be heard in the background, speculating that Horsford might have fallen from the balcony. Conveniently, even though the homeowner had security cameras installed, they weren't recording on that night. The initial autopsy ordered by the Forsyth Sheriff's Office discovered multiple blunt force injuries and a high blood alcohol level. Officials speculated that the alcohol in her system caused her to fall, and the injuries were just a result of the 14-foot drop. Horsford's family and friends, however, were not convinced, and called for an independent autopsy, which was carried out by the GBI. According to the GBI medical examiners, Horsford sustained severe injuries to her head, neck, and torso. They discovered cuts on her face, wrists, hands, and lower legs, as well as a laceration to the right ventricle to her heart. The GBI toxicology screening found a blood alcohol level of 0.238 and traces of THC and alprozam at the same time as her death. Despite the fact that she had landed face down, she had sustained very little injuries to her face. Even before the results of the autopsy, speculation of foul play had begun to spread online. This was prompted 2 months after Horsford's death by Forsyth County firing Barrera, who was a court officer, for accessing the incident report internally on multiple occasions. Hundreds of people shared the hashtag Tamla Horsford, questioning angles of this case and calling for justice. The initial ruling of an accidental death was made with the comment from the major at the county sheriff's office saying none of her injuries that she received were from foul play. It was a party, they were all drinking, and she had been left on the deck alone. The issue with this is she wasn't too drunk. She didn't even look heavily intoxicated according to others at the party. She had looked buzzed at the most. But you don't always have to be completely wasted in order to trip and hurt yourself, so it's not completely out of the question. The GBI had started a secondary investigation in 2020, but it was quickly closed in 2021 with no criminal charges being pursued. To this day, it's unknown whether or not Tamla was murdered or she had just suffered from a tragic accident. Hopefully sooner than later we can figure out the truth. That's all from me though, you guys. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you for watching. I love you all lots. Hopefully gonna be here pretty quickly with the second episode of the Serial Killer Iceberg. Sorry for this video coming out a lot later, even though it is a short video, but I'm trying to keep it efficient and try to keep things, kind of cooking out quickly from here on out. Try to upload at least once a week at most, or at least. So expect that. Yeah, like I said, thank you for all your support. Thank you for watching this video. I love you all, and I will hopefully see you very soon in the next video. Adios.